Hello, my friends. I am so glad you're able to come and learn about the Bible with me today. Now, if you've been at church this month, then you know that we have been talking about how you can follow Jesus. Everyone can follow Jesus. Whether you're old or you're young or you're not old or you're not young, everybody can follow Jesus. And so today, we're going to talk about a man named Matthew. And we're going to say that this right here, this is Matthew. I think maybe Matthew looked like this. What do you guys think? Do you think No, probably not. Matthew was a human, not a dinosaur. But for today, we're going to say that this is Matthew. And you see, what Matthew did is he was a tax collector. And what that meant was he would go around and he would collect money from the people for the king. Now, this is just how things work, and it's okay to do that. But what was bad is that Matthew, he would take a little extra. So here's how it would work. Let's say our little citizen here, Spider-Man, he owes $3 to the king. See, it's Matthew's job to go to Spider-Man and say, "Hey, give me the money for the king." And Spider-Man then has to pay the tax collector, who then goes to the king, who helps take care of everybody. But you see what Matthew would do, even though it was only $3. See, he would go to Spider-Man, who had $5, and he would go and he would say, "Hey, give me the money. You owe the king $5. Remember what I said before? He only owed the king $3. Now he's saying he owes the king $5. That's a different amount. And Spider-Man over here would be like, no, this is all I have. Please don't take it. And Matthew would say, "I don't care. Give me your money." And Matthew and little Spider-Man, he'd go, "No, don't take my money." And Matthew would go, "Give me it now." And he would take the $5 from Spider-Man and he'd give the $3. He'd give the $3 to the king. And then he would keep the $2 for himself. You know what this is called? It's called stealing. Matthew was stealing from people. He was telling people to pay more money and then keeping that money for himself. And because he did that, nobody liked him. Nobody liked Matthew. Nobody likes people that steal. But everything changed one day when Jesus came walking into town. We're going to say this right here is our Jesus. And Matthew, he was sitting, as the Bible tells us in Matthew chapter 9, a true story, that Matthew was sitting at the tax collector's booth. And Jesus saw him and he said, "Follow me." Whoa. This isn't a good guy. Matthew steals from everybody. But Jesus saw him and he said, "Matthew, follow me." And that's what Matthew did. He began to follow Jesus. And so soon after, Jesus was having dinner at Matthew's house. And so I have a little dinner here prepared for them. I got some strawberries, right? Got some strawberries. And so I imagine that they were at the house and they were eating. Hopefully they had better manners than that. But that's how dinosaurs and bears eat. So that's how I thought they'd eat. Anyway, they were eating at Matthew's house, and there were some other people close by that were like, "Whoa, what is Jesus doing? This dude Matthew, he steals from everybody. He's a tax collector. Nobody likes tax collectors. Why would he want someone like him to follow him? He's a bad guy." Uh-oh. Is Matthew really a bad guy? You see, Jesus loves everybody, and Jesus wants everyone to follow him. And when Matthew finally met Jesus, he became a different person. He began to follow Jesus, and it changed his life. We learn later in the Bible about all the great things that Matthew was able to do with Jesus. You see, Jesus doesn't care about all the bad things we've done. He still loves you, and he still wants you to follow him. There may be some things that you have done that have not been really good. I've done some things I probably shouldn't have done. I remember when I was little, there was a time I pulled my sister's hair. That wasn't good. It made her cry. It was a very mean thing to do. But even though I did that, Jesus still loves me, and Jesus still wants me to follow him. He wants you to follow him. It doesn't matter about all the bad things you've done. We've all messed up and done things we should not have done. But what matters is that we follow Jesus and we follow what he has asked us to do. And so if you have the same problem like me and you're pulling your sister's hair, then maybe you should stop doing that. And you should remember that you're following Jesus, and Jesus wouldn't want you pulling your sister's hair. But always remember, Jesus wants you to follow him, and Jesus will always love you. Let's go ahead and pray, my friends. God, thank you so much for this story today and learning about Matthew and how even though Matthew was not a very liked person, was not a very good person, Jesus still loved him and Jesus still wanted him to follow you, Jesus. God, I pray that all of us will follow you with our entire lives and draw closer to you every single day. In Jesus' name, let me hear you guys. Amen. Well, you guys have a great rest of the day. Be good to your parents, okay? See you later.